Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are on the Texas Hill Country Trail in New Braunfels, Texas, which is just north of San Antonio, which is just south of the Buc-ee's. And one of the places of interest is the main plaza, which gives you a bit of the history. It used to be the main place where this German settlement of Texas immigrants would congregate and sing and have their bands play and everything like that. So there's a couple of memorials there for World War II veterans and Civil War veterans. They've got a fountain that commemorates people and the gazebo there where the bands used to play. And it was a pretty cool area. It's kind of hard to get to because you have to avoid traffic. And this historical marker, which is partly blocked. But New Braunfels owes its existence to Prince Karl of Salms-Braunfels, who decided that the land that they had offered him was a bit too far away and a bit too dangerous with the Comanche engine, so he decided to make this place where the Comal Springs were bursting forth as the place where his German settlers and his families would settle. And the Sophienberg Museum sort of encapsulates all of that. It gives you a history of the German people who settled in the area and how they survived and how they brought their culture with them and how their culture also survived. You know, they brought their music, their art, their language. They even started their own school and everything. So this was a group of people that knew they were going to stay here and decided to make the best of it. That's what New Braunfels is, German settlement. And we also have Landa Park and Comal Springs, which is a park that's there. They have the Founder's Oak, which is an old oak tree. And it's also the place where the Camino Real de los Tejas used to pass through because of these springs that you see here. They had access to water, so that was always good. And this place has always attracted peoples. The Native Americans, Germans, the Spanish, they've all come here to take advantage of the springs and the coolness of the area. If you come here to Landa Park now, it's a pretty nice park. They got a little train, they got some swimming areas, they've got a pool, they've got barbecue pits and gazebos, so it's a pretty fun place to come and enjoy a night out, or day out, I mean. And you can't come to New Braunfels and not enjoy some of the tubing that's in the area. Now, this tubing adventure was a bit too slow for me. I knew I wanted something that wasn't too extreme sports, but it was a bit slow, which is good for families because sometimes families just want to float down the river with no worries, no nothing, just float down and enjoy each other's company, have some drinks and stuff. This was the most volatile area of the tubing adventure. It's still good. You should still take it. I still enjoyed it, even though it was slow. Like I said before, this was a place where we had the El Camino Real de los Tejas, and right where this bridge is below is where they would ford over the river. They would wait for the water to sort of be not as deep, and then they would take their horses and their wagons and cross. Nowadays, it's a cool little park. You can go check it out. They also have a heritage village where they have all the old houses together, and it's pretty cool to drive around and see some of them. It wasn't open when I was there, it was just open for a drive-through. But it was still kind of nice seeing all the German architecture and all the ways that these German people in the 1800s were living and how some of that culture survives even now in the name of the streets and buildings and things that they do. Now, if you're thinking of Texas culture long ago, this really takes you back to some of our earliest Texans. No, not T-Rex, but some of the other animals that used to live here. They have some dinosaur tracks that you can go check out just northwest of New Braunfels. Look at those tracks. It was awesome seeing them. I always like seeing them up close. Sometimes they tell you those are tracks, but you can't really tell that they are. But probably my favorite thing about New Braunfels is the Wurst Fest. I try to go every year, get my full of sausage and stuff. and listen to polka music. I love polka music, and Alex Miner is one of my favorites to listen to. It's a great place to take the whole family. There's some rides, and there's music, and there's sausage on a stick, and the most wonderful pork chop on a stick that melts in your mouth, and of course, funnel cake. You can't have a festival without funnel cake. Anyways, that's New Braunfels for you. It's definitely a town worth visiting. There's plenty to do, so make sure to go check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.